Okay, Jan, what we were talking about is debt into abundance, and we were talking about specifically that the average person has 25
Well,
to,
the average baby boomer has somewhere between 250 to $500,000 worth of untapped value that, or unrecognized or unclaimed value that they've given their community.
I like the unclaimed.
I am so blown away by this concept. This is making me tingle all over because
Because you're a
it,
freaking billionaire.
yeah, I'm a trillionaire and I surround myself with trillionaires as well as, see, my partner is Swedish.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they have a really, Scandinavia has a different idea about what people are worth. Their culture is the people are what's worth something.
Yes.
They don't, it's not that they don't, they're a free country, right? They're democratic, they're capitalists. However, they do crazy, crazy things like you're not allowed to own all of the land around the ocean. You can own a house on the ocean, but like the last 25 feet is everybody's. They have things where you're allowed to walk and do anything all over the entire country as long as you're respectful to someone's property. And you don't cut down any trees and so it's just the concept of what's really valuable is what's good for the people has really blown my mind because we tend to really downplay that. We tend to look at it like it's the numbers in your bank account.
Right.
Not the value that you contribute to your society unless you get, and this is what I find very interesting, unless you get to people that have no money, in which case they then often really support community involvement. Right. So I really, really like that idea. I'm going to sit down and do that exercise because I think not only does it open up my mind to the
issues when you go through it and
oh.
yourself, because it's like outpatient surgery. I did a VIP day with someone around my age in her 30s the other day, and she realized that part of her life got derailed for over a year, and she gave up her business to be a caregiver for someone that was needy and around her age.
Mm-hmm.
And gave up her apartment and kind of was homeless, and she realized that she had given over $700,000 worth of value around the clock care to this needy person, and she was reeling for over 2 weeks. I was waiting for a good testimonial from her, but then the stuff cleared, and she now has her website up. She's doing more VIP days, and she just did an amazing meetup group teaching her healing business work at a live event last night, and it was brilliant. But it just floored her for a good week and a half, where she was angry and bitter and throwing shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, she realized how much value she gave away and felt paralyzed by her own self-worth.
So she should have reframed that. Instead of being angry, she should have looked at how much abundance would be flowing into her as a result of the awareness of.
She had to go through a grieving process.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And the other thing is, I just had this conversation with Millicent St. Clair and another woman she knows named Jai Stone, and that's Jai Stone. And they were talking about, I'm not self-employed by choice. I have to be, because both of them have people in their lives that they choose to do caretaking with, that being an entrepreneur wasn't a choice. It was the best route of survival. And that I think there's a lot of people, I know a lot of women in their 40s and 50s who are taking care of parents. And I think this whole idea of giving it value instead of having it be a
shame or I withheld my life.
Or just that I've just given it all away. It's my choice. I have given that value. I I have that value and I have chosen to give it is a really different place than
And
sacrificed.
it's a of charity, of abundance, of being a wealthy
Mhm.
philanthropist.
Yeah.
Of using skill set in your
Yeah.
generosity to then, you know, tie that on a mental and emotional level back to the community. You know, and watch the synchronicities around that. One of the people that I outline in my chapter that you can download at scriptingforsuccess.com is a woman that tried to get her cheating husband to grant her divorce, and he wasn't having any of that. He didn't want to pay any alimony, and we did a 2-hour session, which cleared more stuff than, you know, her rabbi and
Right.
stuff, counseling therapist for a number of years. And we did she had so much seething anger and resentment, and we got to a point in 2.5 hours where she could actually write her husband a love letter and read it in the portal during this meditation. And lo and behold, that week she got an $8,000 client who normally paid her $100 at the treatment. And she also got a letter that she'd been asking for over 2 years of him adding up their assets and to start the divorce proceeding. So he
Wow.
heard face to face,
Right.
being in the same household, but he heard her on an energetic, spiritual level through this meditation and through the love she sent him through the heart meditation, on step 7 of Transform Debt into Abundance. And I'm just blown away by the resources that people already have and their ability to, once they acknowledge it, what kind of floodgate of love and resources and opportunities come our way.
I love that this is acknowledging the value you've already given,
Yes.
rather than trying to imagine the value I think I may or may not have.
And actually,
That's so
very,
beautiful.
very helped me with that, because he was like, I have to get X amount of clients or whatever. I'm like, let's start listing all the things that you've already given.
Yes, I love that. This is beautiful. This is like one of the mind-blowing. I'm sorry, but my mind is blowing right now. I look normal, but it's not. My mind is blowing because I'm like, I'm going to have to call everyone I know and tell them to do this today.
And you just hit on another distinction, or tapped the edge of it. When you talked about the value you already have versus what you might be worth, what you're really talking about is who you are and recognizing yourself for who you are, which comes back to having integrity with yourself.
Well, and go ahead.
Can you say that again in a different way? Because I felt like different gears were shifting in my head.
Well, they're shifting in my head too, because I'm kind of
we see that.
Okay.
Break it down.
Jan made the phrase, this is about what you're already worth instead of what you're trying to become or what you might receive.
Right.
Okay. Now, to clarify this even more, what I was really trying to say is this is about gratitude.
Yes.
And the gratitude vortex, if you want to think of it that way. The more grateful you are, the more blessings flow into you.